Hey guys and girls, this is the Ferris by the name of Man of Fairy, aka the underdog for the underground. Here today to do my raw uncut discussion on One Piece manga chapter 893. Want to let y'all know there will be spoilers ahead, so if you're not up to this chapter, please stop, go back, read the chapter, then check out my video. But on that note, let's go. Alright guys and girls, I know this discussion for One Piece manga chapter 893 is late. This thing is so late, in fact, that the new chapter 894 is about to drop in like a couple hours, I believe. So, because of that, I'm just going to keep this short and to the point, discuss some key points that I've seen in this chapter I like to share with y'all, and hopefully go from there. And one more thing before I start, if you like this raw reaction, please like my video. I'm trying to at least get 10 to 15 likes since I'm a newbie in this YouTube game. So any likes you want to post in my video and also some comments, it's much appreciated. But anyway, on that note, I want to start off talking about Katakuni's development in this chapter, which was a key point Oda wanted to focus on. In the beginning, we see Katakuni mocking Luffy, wondering why he lost his focus as he was about to acknowledge him for becoming strong. And later on in the chapter, we see why that was the case. Luffy didn't fall down on his own accord. He fell down because of Charlotte Flambe's blow dart attack. And once Katakuni realized that, it was just like we start to see that character development change, as Katakuni was like showing a noble side, like a noble warrior side, because of the fact that he didn't cause Luffy to lose his ground or become weaker. It was because of his sister, and that made him angry to the point where he actually was like talking trash to her, like, you don't interfere in a manly duel. And when I first seen that for the first time, he mentioned that, the first thing that popped in my head was the whole Senior Pink Frankly fight back in the Dressrosa arc, because of the similar nature of that, because it was two guys duking it out, each had their own beliefs and ideas, one working for Doflamingo, one working for the Straw Hats. Same thing with this. Katakuni working for the Big Mom Pirates, the top dog versus the captain of the Straw Hats. Either have a different opinion on what's going on, but they both want to make their claim, make their point. So for Katakuni to come out and say to his sister, like, yo, I could beat this man without you, don't even interfere, it was like, that was some type of respect he had for Luffy that starts to show in this chapter. As a matter of fact, we see Katakuni starts to respect Luffy so much as a warrior and as a rival. Once Katakuni found out, because of his sister, that was the reason why Katakuni had an opening to give Luffy that fatal blow in the stomach, Katakuni responds by stabbing himself with his own trident in the stomach just to make it an even fight. Which Luffy's response to that was, he was just like, had a, like the exclamation point, like, what the fuck going on, dog? Like, Luffy never seen anything like that, like a fellow warrior in a combat just like injure himself to make it even, so Luffy could still have a chance to win this fight. And further on down in the story, we see Katakuni reference this, where he talks to Luffy and says, my bad, because of my sister, it gave me opening to attack you, which Luffy's response was on point. We like, it doesn't matter, this is the pirates, this is what we do. We don't fight fair, we can fight 3-on-1, 4-on-1. That's my fault, because I was supposed to expect that. And to the point, Luffy is right, because pirates, what pirates do anybody know that actually fight fair? The Straw Hats, yeah, of course, but they the main antagonists of the story. So of course they're going to have their reasons to fight fair. But other pirates like Blackbeard, Big Mom, Kaido, pirates like that is not going to win a fight fair, because they want to do whatever they got to do just to win, just to survive. That's like a case of perception versus reality. the perception of. Alright, one of the key points I want to discuss in my review is what do y'all think is going to actually happen with the Big Mom Pirates from now until the end of this arc? Because in this chapter we also see that while Katakuni was yelling at his sister about her interference in his fight with Luffy, he takes off his scarf for the first time ever, and we see a whole different change between him, his sister Flambe, and her subordinates. When she seen him for the first time without his scarf, it interrupted her perception of what she actually thought Katakuni was. It seems to me like the rest of the Big Mom Pirates, except for Big Mom of course, had this perception of Katakuni being a perfect being, undefeated, nothing wrong with him. And actually, for her, Flambe, and her subordinates to see him with a deformity, with these scars on his face and his teeth, actually put things in reality to her, to the point that she start basically becoming disrespectful to her own brother and start spitting in his face, like saying stuff like, "You can't be my brother, you a freak." And that triggered Katakuni to have a flashback to his childhood, which is eerily similar to Pudding's, as far as when she was growing up and they were teasing her about her third eye. But with this one, the one difference is when they was calling him a gupper ill or a geepy ill, if I'm not saying it right, I apologize, basically calling him a freak of nature, they also recognized the fact that he was a monster. And when you see the picture of him like standing there while the kids is running away, while still talking trash, we see like Katakuni was more like relieved that they was running away. Like he didn't feel like he had to hide anything. So that's kind of intriguing to me. But somehow along the line between then and now, he covered up his face for whatever reason. Maybe because Big Mom teased him or made him feel irrelevant or something to that nature, made him cover his face again, so nobody else in the Big Mom Pirates ever seen his face. So we've seen this storyline repeat itself as far as with Pudding, with Third Eye, and to Chiffon to a certain extent, but that was more like physical abuse. I'm just going to assume here without no information at all that maybe Big Mom herself was talked to like that or talked down to, maybe by Mother Cracker behind the scenes. Or another theory of mine I got circulating in my head is because when we first got introduced to Big Mom, back in that flashback, we see that the two people that was with Big Mom ditched her on the island. Maybe it was them that was talking trash to her, calling her a lowlife and fat or whatever, and that stayed with Big Mom to the point when she had her own kids, she disrespected them in the same way. So how that will play out in the future of the story, I have no idea. I can only speculate that maybe if Luffy somehow actually defeats Katakuni and he goes back to the ship and try to get out, Katakuni gains so much respect for Luffy, and him being free and not worrying about no issues and nothing, he might be one of the key players for the Straw Hats to get out a whole cake. Or maybe there'll be some of the other Big Mom Pirates. Maybe they get tired of the disrespect and the bullying from Big Mom and decide to help the Straw Hats, because Katakuri mentioned that as a reference to them finally being free of her abuse and neglect and disrespect. So that's something we have to definitely look out for in the future and go from there. The last thing I want to discuss in my discussion is the Rayleigh flashback. In this chapter, we also have another Rayleigh flashback. And to me, every time we have a Rayleigh flashback, we already know shit's about to go down. And with this flashback, we have Rayleigh training Luffy on how to master his observation hockey. He got the blindfold on, and Rayleigh's like showing him how to dodge and everything. And Luffy had the moment where he's like, I see something, but maybe I'm imagining it. Or using his imagination to perceive whatever he's perceiving his reality with his blindfold on. And Rayleigh just has a line where he's like, Well, let your imagination take control. Whatever you see right now, use that to your advantage so you can unlock your observation hockey. My question to y'all is, how far do you think Luffy will master his observation hockey? To me, I see it as a couple of different ways. I could see it as a way where maybe during this fight, while he's like weakened and his body's like a breakdown, he might do it unintentionally. He might awaken his hockey to the point where he could just see 5 to 10 or 15 seconds in the future, but Katakuni might see like at most 5 seconds. And he might use that to briefly be in that key point to defeat Katakuni once and for all and go out the mirror world. Or I see another possibility where we see Luffy doing something like Luffy-like, like some type of reference to Naruto, because back in the Soul arc, when Wazu the ninja appeared, he says he loved ninjas. So I could see Luffy unintentionally, because of he didn't have time to train his observation hockey fully, doing some type of Naruto type genjutsu where he just like pits Katakuni like in this daze, and he just like stuck on stupid, thinking that he killed Luffy or he beat Luffy, and Luffy break him out of it to give him the final blow. They're just a couple of my thoughts, but it's wild and crazy because we don't have no information, no facts, but they're just my thoughts right now. So, on that note, leave something in the comment below. Let me know what you think about that. What type of crazy observation hockey feat Luffy might use to defeat Katakuni once and for all and get out the mirror. But if you've been listening to my theory or discussion, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm a newbie. I'm new to the game. I'm trying to get like 10 to 15 likes on this video. So if you like it, click on the like section, comment down below, and the man and fairy, he's out for the night. A man's dreams will never die.